Hey, what's up? Lately, I've been feeling like I'm in a bit of a slump, and it's not so terrible, but I tried to figure out maybe why I feel that way, and I think it's a couple or a few reasons. One is sometimes when you do something for a very long time, and maybe you're not getting the results that you would have expected by now or after how much work you've put in, it starts to kind of weigh on you. And, there's the whole thing where it's like people quit just before they succeed or something like that. Like oftentimes that might happen. And so, you have to persevere if you really want something to happen, but it does get discouraging if you keep doing the same thing over and over and nothing changes. And so, maybe sometimes you have to change the thing and maybe you just need to do a little bit more. But that's one thing that's kind of been making me feel like I've been in a bit of a slump. Another thing is I think I've been focusing my energy, and maybe this might be tied to the first thing, is I feel like I might be spending a bit of energy on things that I can't actually control. And of course, you shouldn't spend time or too much energy on things you can't control or things you can't necessarily change. But I think the trap there is sometimes you feel like you can change things or you can control things. For example, let's say you're looking to buy something and maybe you've got a certain budget at which you want to buy the item. Maybe the item is out of stock and you just have to wait until it comes back into stock. Maybe you're trying to buy it secondhand and maybe there is an option, but it's way more expensive than you'd like it to be. And there isn't one that's kind of within your price range. And of course, there are some things that may feel like it's in your control, like you could pay more and just get the item if it's available, or you could try to negotiate, but sometimes those don't always work, or sometimes those might not be options. So there are things that feel like they're in your control. Even looking for a job, sometimes when you're out of work and you're looking for work, sometimes looking for work can become like a full-time job because it takes so much energy and you can't control what the potential employer does. So, if they accept you, if they reject you, that's somewhat out of your control. But obviously if you interview well, maybe you'll have a better shot. And so there's kind of these gray areas where I think where I think it can consume a lot of time and energy from people. Maybe if I had to throw in a third one, it's probably feeling like Groundhog Day in some ways. You're doing the same things. Not even that you're doing the same things, but you're living the same life over and over. So it's like you wake up, let's say you're in a weekday, you wake up, go to work, come home, do your routine, weekends, maybe you've done the same thing so many times that again, it becomes kind of routine. And, if there's nothing fun or exciting happening in the city might start to feel dull. And obviously I know that the economy and things are tough right now. And so maybe it's difficult for things or everyone to be flourishing. And maybe that might be part of it. Maybe it's all the construction around happening in the city. It's tough to say for sure, but there's a few reasons why I've been feeling like I'm in a bit of a slump. And the outcome or the result of that is that when I get to my weekends, I've just been feeling unmotivated or unfocused, like I should be putting my efforts into things that might bring more value back to me. But I know I'll get out of this, but that's just kind of the current state or the current place that I feel like I'm in at the moment and how I'm handling my weekends. I'm obviously still doing all the things that I need to get done, groceries, trying to clean the apartment when I can, etc., etc. But in terms of any like major progress or anything that kind of potentially moves the needle, I think I've been in a bit of a slump. Anyways, that's it. Just sharing my thoughts. Thanks for watching. See you later.